Hey singers, let's talk today about how to sing really fast. I'm Laura, welcome back to the weekly warm-up. As I said very rapidly, we're gonna work on how to sing text that's really fast. This is hard to do, especially when it's in a foreign language. Last week, we talked about how to sing fast passages, which are more of a melisma, so on one vowel where it's just a pattern of notes. But when you have a sequence of rapidly moving words, it's a whole different challenge and it requires different skills. So today I'm gonna walk you through the 4 things you need to do to execute fast text successfully and with less effort. We want you to really be able to keep up with your metronome or your conductor. And then I will show you an exercise where you can really practice those skills. In order to get our text moving really fast, the first thing I want you to do is to group your consonants and then execute them fast. So what we're going to do is we're going to put the last consonant of any syllable right up against the first consonant of the next syllable. Let me use that phrase, group your consonants, as an example. Instead of group your consonants, I'm going to ask you to say, group your consonants. What you can probably tell is that although I was moving at the same speed, the second time I spent a lot more time on the vowel. So say this with me. I'm going to do it once and then you can repeat with me. Group your consonants. Try that with me. Group your consonants. Great. That starts to feel very awkward when you first do it, but soon you'll get the hang of it and you'll always be kind of pushing those final consonants really late until the last possible second, and that is the way to get maximum time on the vowel. The second tip I have for you is to move the physical activity of singing to the front of the mouth. It's like that old saying, lips, teeth, tip of the tongue. That really is where the action is, not back here in the jaw joint. We don't want to chew up and down because that really slows you down and tires you out. Now, I did a video a while ago on an exercise called, I think I called it tongue counting, but it's where you stick your tongue out and count. And that really helps to activate the front of the mouth articulators. So if this is something that feels physically unusual to you or it's hard for you to do, absolutely check that one out. That's a great one to start. But if you feel like you have some facility with this, just remember to really activate the tip of the tongue and imagine that all of the activity is happening right here, not farther back in the mouth. The third tip is to eliminate extraneous movement. Here I'm going to ask you to first keep your teeth relatively close together. So instead of speaking like this with a lot of up and down in the jaw, I'm going to ask you to speak sort of like this. It feels a little bit like muttering at first, but I'm keeping my teeth pretty close together so that they never have to go very far. So that, of course, is more difficult to do if you have a very wide pitch range, but most music where you are pattering along and getting your text out very fast tends to move in a pretty limited pitch range. So that should work for you. The other essential part of this is to eliminate, absolutely eliminate, spreading the cheeks for E vowels. I have a video that I made. I will put it up in the cards. And this is really, really, really important for the general beauty of your singing, but especially if you want to sing text fast, you do not have time to spread your cheeks to the side every time you have an E vowel. The fourth tip I have for you is to sing legato. This is really, really important, and it can be difficult because when you're trying to really spit out that text fast, if you're really focusing on your words, it can get very choppy, and then we start to lose pitch. So as long as you're doing number 1 and you're really grouping those consonants, you'll have slightly longer vowel to sing on, and that will help in building this legato. But sing legato, it will actually help you go faster, and the resulting sound will be much more beautiful. So those are the rules of singing fast text. We're going to group our consonants and really execute them fast so we can have long vowels in between. We're going to move the physical action of speaking that text to the front of the mouth. We're going to eliminate those extraneous movements like spreading the lips or chewing the jaw up and down too much. And we're going to sing legato. And let's put it all together into an exercise. I wanted to create an exercise that would allow you to both move the voice fast and have a little bit of the experience of singing in a foreign language. So let's use solfege syllables. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, fa, mi, re, do. This is just going to be up and down a 5-note scale. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, fa, mi, re, do. I want you to try that with me. And if you're not familiar with these syllables, they are do, re, mi, fa, sol, fa, mi, re, do. So speak that with me. We'll go at about this speed. And ready, let's speak. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, fa, mi, re, do. Once again. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, fa, mi, re, do. And at the front. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, fa, mi, re, do. Little faster. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, fa, mi, re, do. Little faster. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, fa, mi, re, do. Let's go at about that speed. Let's think about how we're going to execute those 4 guidelines in this exercise. Now, we don't have final consonants for these syllables, do, re, mi, but I want you to make sure that you're not adding diphthongs. Do, re, mi. We're not going to add those. We're going to extend the pure vowel to the end of the syllable, which is the whole point of kind of grouping those consonants. So, do, re, mi, fa, sol, fa, mi, re, do. Lots of vowel, quick consonants. In order to help bring the sound to the front of the mouth, we're going to put the fingers right here. That is going to help us to feel if we are spreading to the side, and you'll also be aware if you are chewing up and down because you'll have your fingers on your face. And then we will sing legato. So let's go here. We'll start here. I'll do it once, and then you can join in with me, and we'll modulate up by half steps. So ready? Like this. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, fa, mi, re, do. With me. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, fa, mi, re, do. And here. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, fa, mi, re, do. And here. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, fa, mi, re, do. And here. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, fa, mi, re, do. And here. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, fa, mi, re, do. And here. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, fa, mi, re, do. How'd you do? Did you notice all kinds of with your fingers? That's a really, really, really great way to help become aware of when you are having extraneous movement. Do you think you could have been more legato? Do you think you were adding any diphthongs? Just check in with those 4 guidelines. Let's do a couple more. Let's go here. Ready? Fingers in place. Think about the 4 things you want to execute here. Make sure you're singing legato. Ready and go. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, fa, mi, re, do. Here. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, fa, mi, re, do. Here. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, fa, mi, re, do. And last one. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, fa, mi, re, do. So now that you've given your lips a real workout, I hope that you've found some helpful advice, maybe made a breakthrough in how to approach that fast text. If you want to work on singing those runs or coloratura passages, which are a different type of fast singing, make sure you check out the video that I put out last week. In the meanwhile, thanks for singing with me today. I really, really appreciate you taking the time to be with me. If you liked this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel so that we can sing together next Thursday and every Thursday. And in the meanwhile, thank you for practicing.